Senator, the other confirmations, can you explain to our audience how you do confirmations even before the Trump administration begins? Can you just explain how that all works?
Yeah, so we were, the new Congress is sworn in. And so the president takes the oath of office on January 20th in 10 days. Can't come soon enough. But we're in session. So we got committees organized this week. It was our first week back. And so we're trying to line up these confirmation hearings as fast as we can and try to get some of them done by confirmation day, or January 20th for President Trump, so he can get moving. So I think the Senate's pretty committed to moving these confirmations quickly. We've got Pete Hegseth on Tuesday, and Pam Bondi will be on Wednesday. So I'm also on the Judiciary Committee. We'll be hearing from Pam on Wednesday, and she's a slam dunk pick. I mean, I know Pam from state AG world. She is tough as nails. She's serious. She's a reformer. She's going to come into DOJ, an agency, of course, as everyone watching knows, has been weaponized against political opponents, been weaponized against Catholics, been weaponized against parents who showed up to school board meetings during COVID. I mean, it's totally lost its way. She's going to restore credibility and get it back to its core mission of taking on violent crime. And we've got a lot of that to take on in cities across the country.
Senator, the Senate schedule is going to be rather ambitious. Can you kind of bring us into the room? President Trump took D.C. by storm the last couple of days. I talked to a couple lawmakers. They said, yeah, we had an ambitious schedule. Then President Trump mentioned another 55 things he wants to get done. Bring us into the room. What was it like hearing from President Trump in D.C. these last couple of days?
Well, I was down in Mar-a-Lago the week before we came back and got to spend some time with him. And even there, man, he's just ready to roll. Like, he loves America. You know this. He's ready to go. And he's picking his team, and we want to get his team on the field as quickly as possible. But he was on Capitol Hill on, I guess that was Wednesday, came to our Senate conference. I know he's meeting with a lot of House members this weekend at Mar-a-Lago. But he understands, and I certainly understand, I think my colleagues understand, part of the important thing of leadership is understanding the moment that you're in, right? We have a very unique opportunity with him winning the mandate, having control of the House and the Senate, to actually deliver for the American people. And we can't squander a day. So we're talking about these confirmations to get, his team on the field and have reform on the inside. That's important. But also, as we look to securing the border, as we look to being energy dominant, as we look to, restoring our place in the world, having an economy that works for working families. So it's going to be busy. So if you think about it, the Senate has the confirmation duty. We're going to be doing all that. We're going to be working on that. We're also going to be working with CRAs to overturn some late rules that Joe Biden put into place. The kind of Trump proof will be doing that.
Senator, tell us your thoughts and walk the audience through 1 versus 2 bills.
So if you think about this, because we have both chambers, we have the ability to move forward what's called reconciliation, meaning if it's dealing with these budget issues and budget savings, in the Senate, we don't need 60 votes to overcome a filibuster. We just need 51 votes, and we've got 53 votes. So reconciliation provides us a great opportunity to not have to rely on Democrats for any votes on the big ticket items that we want to get done. And so the question then is, the House is sort of, hey, we want to do one bill, and I'm sympathetic in the sense that these are well-meaning folks who have a very, very slim majority. We have a slightly bigger majority in the Senate. But my issue is, I think you look at what, spent a lot of time with President Trump on the trail, as you did. He was very consistent about securing the border, being energy dominant, all those things. I just want to make sure we get some wins on the board early. I don't want to squander that time period where people are, November wasn't that far in the rearview mirror. People understand what that election was all about. We can go do it. And then you've got the issues as the tax cuts from 2017 are set to expire at the end of 2025, right? So we've got all year to make sure that gets done. What I don't want to see, and my concern is with one bill, is that we get to March and we haven't done any of these big ticket items. We're going to be in a spending fight and a debt ceiling fight with the Democrats then. And if we haven't had any points on the board, it's just going to feel like I want to deliver early. And we're going to have leverage to get those tax cuts extended and make them permanent because they expire. So we have our own leverage on that to get that done. So my feeling is let's not empower Chuck Schumer to have any more leverage than we need to. Let's get this stuff done before March when we have that CR and debt ceiling fight, and then continue to work on a second reconciliation package in the summer. Because worst case scenario, I just don't want to be in July and August not having got a lot of the stuff done that President Trump ran on.
That's so important. And also, if you have one big bill and fails, that's your whole legislative agenda potentially, right? And if you get an early border bill, reconciliation, we can build up momentum. What is the argument for one bill? I've heard it. Let's just kind of steelman that. And who is the one? This is not a criticism. I'm friends with a lot of them. It seems like the House is more in favor of one bill and the Senate is more in favor of two bills. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. The House, at least right now, or what Speaker Johnson has articulated, although I'm not sure that's a uniform position in the House, but I'm sympathetic that it's not an easy task with a 1 to 3 vote majority over there on this stuff. But the argument for them is, hey, we won't get a second bite of the apple. We got to make sure we have everything in one so it'll provide maximum leverage to make sure everybody's getting what they want in one big bill. I will say, though, that I think the Senate Republicans are unified in our belief. And I'm not sure there's a dissenting opinion that we ought to break this up and let's get some early wins. And so, look, ultimately, this is President Trump's call. And I think we are all committed to getting this done and, securing those wins. This is just a strategic discussion. It's an ongoing discussion if it's one bill or two. We're all on the same team. And like I said, President Trump's the quarterback. He's ultimately going to make the call. But I think objectively, the best strategy here is to get a border package done early, and then let's deal with the other stuff later in the year.